Okay, guys, so yesterday on the day of the new moon, we had considerable political upheaval. So we had Braverman fired and Cameron hired. So let's have a look and begin with what actually happened on the new moon in the UK. So the new moon energy was making a trine aspect to the moon in the chart of the UK, which is the chart from the year 1801, the Acts of Union chart. Now, the 10th house, which is affecting here, is the house of government. And what do we have in there? We have the moon. So it's making a pretty close trine to the moon of the UK chart, and the moon represents home. So lo and behold, we have issues regarding the Home Secretary. So there's also a connection here with the Neptune in the 1801 chart, and we're going to look as well towards the end at how that has been affecting things as well. So, and that's all to do with illusion. So I'll explain how that actually fits in as well when we get to the end. So let's have a look at Suella Braverman's chart. Now, the thing is, we don't have an exact birth time for Suella Braverman, but so we're using the time of midday. Now, it is quite possible her moon at 14 degrees of Scorpio is closer to Uranus in her chart. But it's quite possible it could be further away as well, but we don't have that information, so we're just going to have to go with the information that we have. Now, the new moon energy has been activating these two planets because it falls roughly around the midpoint of these two positions. That's if we're using an exact time of midday. So her chart has been activated. And if you watched my video presentation on the new moon in Scorpio Monday morning, you would have known that you would have been aware of the energies that would be around during the course of this new moon period. Okay. So her transiting Uranus was also affecting her natal Uranus. Now she will be having an opposition, a Uranus opposition, which happens around mid 40s. Can be, from 40 to 44, whatever. But it kicks in for her in June of next year, and that transiting Uranus is only a few degrees away from her natal, so it's bringing that energy in as well. Okay, so she's no stranger to controversial behavior, and this is one of the configurations which is in Suella's chart. She has a T-square configuration in the fixed signs. Now, this is quite dynamic because it features Mars here in a square to Uranus and also in a square to Venus. And then you have the Venus-Uranus opposition as well. So that's very dynamic energy, which she has. So she has the potential for controversial behavior and upsetting things and providing shocks and surprises. Okay. So let's have a look at what has actually happened in her past. So she has been sacked twice. The first time she resigned and then controversially reinstated by Sunak and then eventually sacked by Sunak. She has also described asylum seekers as invaders. She accused British Pakistani men of preying on young women, while it's actually white males who are the worst sex offenders in the UK. She has suggested homelessness as a poor lifestyle choice. And it was her dream to see a plane filled with asylum seekers to head off to Rwanda. And at the weekend, she described the demonstrators, the pro-Palestine marchers, as Islamist mobs and hate marchers, while it was the pro-right wing, extreme right wing, who ended up fighting and protesting with the police. So no stranger to controversy, and she's gone. She's left that position now. So what entailed was David Cameron was then appointed as foreign minister. And if you can remember at the start, we looked at the Neptune in the UK chart. And it's about illusion, creating an illusion. So Sunak has to cover up for his mistakes because he was the one that reappointed her into this position. So he now sees that as an error and he needs to reinstill faith in the population. So, funnily enough, along comes David Cameron, and David Cameron is having a Venus return as we speak. He's having it now, and he's also his new moon, the new moon energy affected the Neptune on David Cameron's chart. Now, remember I said at the start that they needed to create an illusion, and David Cameron has come along as the illusion that Rishi Sunak wants. He wants to instill faith in the people again and believe that he could create the dream, create the illusion. Okay, so that's what Neptune is all about in this situation. Because Sunak wants the people to believe that he can rebuild from this, okay, and move on successfully. So there we go. That's the new moon kicked all this stuff off, caused massive political upheaval, and that's the energies of where it landed on these people's natal charts. Okay, so I am also available for personal insights. And if you like the video information, please like and subscribe. And for anyone who would like to show any appreciation at all, you can click on the link I'll put in the video description and you can buy me a coffee. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you found it interesting.